What's up, everybody? Back again. Now we're gonna try to finish this video this time. When I hit start, like I have, I'm not gonna stop it till it's over. All right? Distractions, all that, out of here. Here we go. Now, what's up, everybody? Peace and love to everybody on the globe. Hope everybody is in great health, great mind state, and doing wonderful in life. If not, I pray that you get improvement and better in your motion in life, wherever you are in this time and place. Now, those who are new to the channel, if you just happen to come across this, I ask that you follow the other videos I've dropped before you listen to this, so it doesn't sound like I'm just talking crazy. But those who've been waiting for me to come back, here we go. Now, I told you I was going to drop breadcrumbs, okay? I'm going to also drop a name down at the bottom of the screen. I want you to look this name up because I'm going to talk about this person in my next video. But I want you to look this name up, and I want you to look at what his effects were in your life if you're religious, okay? All right, so now I'm going to do one more comparison with Horace and Jesus, and then I'm going to move on from that, okay, y'all? So, you know my little zombie story, and those who don't know, go back to the older videos to check it out. All right, now, there's something that my religion would do every month. Some in the same religion did it weekly, some did it once a month. But we called it the Lord's Supper. And we did it because we were following scripture. When Jesus was talking to the disciples, and he gave it to them after they asked how much they pray. But we're not going to go deep into that. But those who know what I'm getting to. So in the front of most of these religions gatherings, there's a table. And on that table, it says, "Do this in remembrance of me." Now, at that table, you are to take a wafer or bread. After a prayer is said, you take this wafer, you are to eat this wafer, and to remember this particular person, and to think of it as flesh. Then you are to drink of the fruit, whether it's wine or juice, and you are to think of this as blood. Zombie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you've been watching my channel, go back, you'll see. Okay, now, let's stop right there with that table. Now, remember, I'm doing comparison. Now, let's go to Horus. Now, when Horus has his table of remembrance, well, not Horus, excuse me, Osiris, Horus' father, has a table. And his table is a little different of remembrance. Now, if you don't know the story, I'm going to try to tell it really quick. Osiris and Isis is Horus's parents. Set is Osiris's brother. Now, Set wanted to rule over Osiris, so basically he murdered him, took him out, chopped him up in pieces, and spreaded him all over the place. So he couldn't be saved. That was his plan. The wife, Isis, comes and finds out. So, you know, she didn't get to have his child. She was a virgin. So this murder happened before then. So she was distraught. She was upset. She gathered up all these soldiers or whatever and had his body found. Gathered all his body parts that had been spreaded. And she brought it to this table, and she remembered his body back together, hovered above it with an obelisk, and became impregnated by magic, okay? So this is just the story, But the table says, do this in remembrance of me. In the Christian world, or the Baptist world, or the CME Methodist, or so forth, if you're getting where I'm going. Do this in remembrance of me, this table. Now remember the other things that I compared. Now I want you to do your own journey, your own walk, so I'm not going to give you everything. I'm just giving little bitty bits. But like I said, one is the table about eating flesh, drinking blood. The other table is about a remembrance of bringing the body back together to a wholeness to create a birth, okay? So that's what I'm going to give you today. Hope that gives you a little something to go on. If you want to dispute, go ahead, say something in the comments, or go look it up yourself. That is what this is all about for me anyway, is that you go and look it up for yourself, all right? So until I see y'all again, love, peace to the globe. I'm out.